it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. It is Friday, TGIF. It's time for round 2, and today's round 2 is all about Jed Duggar. I know we've done so much Jed Duggar, but you guys, his campaign in Arkansas is like literally the gift that keeps on giving. And I am Katie Joy, and I am not running for office. And I do not approve this message. Okay, yeah, I really don't approve the message that he sent out about his campaign competitor. Okay, so we all know that Bunk Bed Jed is 21 and he'll be 22 years old pretty soon. He legit has no experience, no political experience, no college education, no real world experience. He needs an accountability apartment partner, and he shares his bedroom and sleeps in a twin bed with his twin brother, Jeremiah. Jed Duggar is your typical fundy. He is not out doing the normal things, despite the fact that he owns a home, technically. He has, probably spends most of his time back at the compound with his parents. Okay, so Jed is running for District 89. We know that he was caught with some illegal donations, which has now been circulating widely across the media. So thank you very much. Okay, so anyways, Jed has been called out by his competitor. Yes, I'm not kidding, for a nasty flyer that went out about her. Now, typically there can be some mudslinging in terms of how we look at campaigns. It's usually, calling people, with all campaigns can get dirty, but some can just get really low. And people are calling Jed's flyer the lowest of the low. So a mailer went out, and it was actually by the Arkansas Republican Party, but it went out obviously against the competitor. So you could look at this directly as approved by Jed Duggar. I mean, why else would this flyer be going out? The flyer, which was a photo of Megan Godfrey, the current representative for the District 89. She's a Democrat that has a PhD and has spent her entire career in education. She has done a lot for this community, and the community seems to really like her. It's a photo of her wearing a tiara with her hand in the air, and it says, Megan Godfrey, Arkansas's liberal princess, radical. Now, obviously, this photo is meant to elicit some sort of reaction, and obviously the far right loves to call people snowflakes or, princesses, why do you have to call someone a snowflake? I think there are so many things that we can do by calling each other names is not one of them. Anyways, she was a little bit upset about this because her daughter happened to see the photo. I don't blame it. Why don't you push her policies? What does this tell you? It literally says nothing about what she's done. It's a photo, obviously, of her with her tiara. It provided no context for why she was wearing the tiara or what would make her so liberal or so radical. She seems to be relatively in line with what the community wants and listening to what their needs are. So Megan on Instagram clapped back at Jed and said this: I told my daughter that someone sent a mean piece of mail that made fun of me for being a princess. She said, but Mama, you're the queen. Here's the full picture at the University of Arkansas's homecoming parade, where as a former homecoming queen, I was invited, and I invited my daughter to join me as princess. She says, people can try to diminish and erase girls by calling us names. We will keep responding with dignity, bravery, and kindness. That's what I want for my daughter and for every girl in Arkansas. Voting is happening now. Don't be erased and let your voice be heard. So the comments on this post were relatively in favor of Megan, and other senators were quote tweeting her on Twitter, basically calling Jed out for putting out such a nasty flyer about her. Someone on Facebook actually said, that's the most disgusting piece of political mail I have ever received. I tried to take a video of myself burning it, but the dang thing wouldn't burn. Other people said, the Duggar cult will do anything to try to get their unqualified child elected. I hope the people of that district have enough common sense to vote for Megan. The guy isn't even allowed to sleep in a room by himself, and he wants to make decisions for hardworking people. And then another person said, apparently that person has no earthly idea how a homecoming queen at the U of A is chosen. It's not a popularity contest, and there is a series of steps, including an interview, that gets you selected to be on the court. The students are all high achievers with superior leadership and extracurricular activities. They should get educated before spewing hate. I so wish I could vote for you. And then someone else said, it's a shame your opponent has to resort to name calling because he has no actual experience, education to properly debate you with. Here's hoping the women of your district see right through this little boy's game and vote you in. This random lady in Canada is rooting for you. So apparently that didn't land. Now, a lot of people were commenting both on Instagram and on Twitter and on Facebook about this. And in fact, it made headlines in the state of Arkansas about the mailer because people found it so tacky. So do you think that Jed, being that he grew up in the Quiverful cult in a fundamentalist, misogynistic world, just really literally got with his Republican team and thought this would be a great option? He's a member of the Arkansas Republican Party. So he is a member of this party that put this flyer out. He's a member of this committee or this group that put this flyer out. So theoretically, Jed put this flyer out. So Jed, having zero experience and literally zero respect, decided to call a woman who is his senior. Obviously, his mom and dad teaching him to respect his elders hasn't been learned, and who has a resume that could outmatch and outpace him. He's resorting to calling her names because in his cult, women have no rights. Women do not get educated. Women do not have jobs. Women do not go to work. Women stay home and make babies. In his mind, sometimes I wonder, do you think Jed actually moved directly to this district specifically because he would be going against a woman and in his mind thought, I can beat the woman? He did not live in this district. He moved into this district specifically to run for this election. Think of that. He knew who he was running against. He picked a woman to run against. Only a weak-minded man who is insecure would specifically seek out a district where they know a woman is running so they can run against them and then create a flyer, then calling her a princess, not actually going against anything that she has actually done or any of her policies, but just calling her a princess, an insult. Like as though she doesn't deserve to be elected because she's just so stupid. Yet he's the guy that barely has an education, that doesn't understand that science isn't something that you learn in conjunction to creation, and that dinosaurs actually did not live on the earth 5,000 years ago, but more like billions of years ago. He also somehow believes that, marrying a debt-free girl that's totally pure is what every man in America wants. And if you want to be alone with a woman on the Senate floor or in the state floor, you better have your accountability partner with you, because you can't talk to women without your accountability partner there with you. I hope Jed's race is just blown out of the water. I hope he gets destroyed. I know if you are not a Republican, if you're a Republican and you think that this is appropriate, shame on you, I guess, because there's so many things that you can fight with about people, but this is just a low blow. She has kept it classy, and I'm going to say if I were in Arkansas, I would totally vote for Megan. So what do you think about the clap back by Megan, and what do you think about the flyer? Was it tacky AF, or is this just totally Duggar? Tell me what your thoughts are in the comments below. Bye, guys.